What is up, guys? Mad Rambles episode today, episode 121. 121 days in, 21 days into my most recent sort of challenge, which was 150 episodes in 100 days. Sort of getting to the point now. I'm really having to be creative because I feel like a lot of this stuff I'm very tempted to just talk about the same kind of things, just in new light, and I think that's very tempting to do, but quite boring to probably anybody that watches this, especially if you've watched my previous videos. It's interesting in the sense that you can see how my opinion evolves, sort of changes. Some things change, some things I'm more confident in, whatever. But I think coming up with new ideas is always the most exciting thing, and I think that's part and parcel of why I'm trying to do this as well. A benefit from doing this is really pushing myself and trying to stretch my mind to think new concepts and new ideas that actually make sense in the context of these videos. Because you can say, "All right, cool, make a video on anything," but it doesn't particularly flow with the sort of ethos I have with these videos of genuinely trying to show improvement day in and day out, just working on yourself, trying to have extreme self-awareness and be genuinely better today compared to yesterday, which is ultimately the goal. And if anybody listening, if they learn even a smidge something new, beautiful. If it confirms something that they already thought, even fucking better. But if you already understood this and you already knew it and you didn't need anything to confirm it, and maybe it just supported your viewpoint, beautiful. And like always, if you agree with me, great. If you don't, cool. So, getting on to today's video, episode 121. I want to talk about something I haven't actually talked about at all yet. And that's getting the job done. Right? Try reading as many books as possible. Try to listen to as many high level people as possible. Sort of write down, document what they say, document what genuinely works well in my life. And I think the genuine consensus between successful people is not being overjoyed when you're successful. And that sounds weird, right? Because it's like, all right, cool, you have this goal, you want to win a championship, basketball, you want to win a Super Bowl, football, you want to make 10 grand in business, however big or small the goal may be. The genuine consensus between successful people is they don't get excited by it. They can sit and go, cool, I was successful, but they don't let it overwhelm them. And I think there's a multitude of reasons for that. Reason number one is when you have that high, you're going to have that low. That's why a lot of people who are successful and achieve these great heights, and they make it even high, they hype it up and hype it up and hype it up and make it greater than it is, or maybe it is as great as it is, but then afterwards they fall, and you have this lull and depression and crash. When you're just all around sort of like, yeah, cool, succeeded, and keep going, your body learns to adjust the dopamine it sets out and it sort of receives. It doesn't receive it as a result of doing something. It receives it through the process of doing something. And that becomes more enjoyable, and therefore from that you're able to achieve more and more and better things. So don't hype stuff up, because the bigger the hype, the bigger the low. Right? Also, when you see fighters and stuff, they get so excited about the wins. They're usually distraught with the losses. But the fighters that are usually like, cool, yeah, I won. Did what I was supposed to do. Did my job. They're like, yeah, cool, I lost. They can take on the chin a lot easily. Their emotions are more intact. And I think that links into being stoic. Your emotions are more sound. They're more intact. They're more controllable. You don't let your emotions get out of hand either way. I think people focus on controlling their emotions in the negative. Don't be depressed. Don't be sad. Don't be this. Don't be that. When in reality, you want to control your emotions completely, no matter what the emotion is. Is it happiness? You don't want to be too happy. Is it sad? You don't want to be too sad. All these things you need to learn to control. And that way you'll be able to get the best out of yourself and enjoy the process as a result. In addition to that, it doesn't put something on a pedestal. When you're sort of, yeah, fuck, I did that, fucking come on, I did that, it makes it seem like it's a huge thing. But when you're like, just did my job, just doing my job, it sort of makes it controllable. It makes your perception of the action very controllable. It's like, all right, cool, you did that, and you did, and it doesn't make it seem as big as it is, which allows you to be more successful in the long run and achieve bigger and greater things. Because if this something is big, and then you achieve something else above that and you think it's huge, there's something above that's going to be ginormous, and you're just never physically going to comprehend a way to achieve it because it's just going to be so big and sort of so out of your realm and out of touch. But if you think, yeah, cool, that's part of my job, that's also part of my job, that's also part of my job, it just becomes easier and easier to be more successful and complete things. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't the sort of little wins; it's the life win. It's the overall win. How much can you do in a life? It's not how many money can you make here, or how strong can you make there. It's how much can you do overall in life. And I think the best way to do that is by controlling all your emotions, positive and negative. So, I've been Keelan. Been a good call. Peace.